Okay, what is this? Because I'm playing catch up this week on some Star Citizen news. What is going on here? Erin Roberts had a leak of some sorts in an email, and I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but maybe Board Gamer can kind of explain to me what's going on.
Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with some juicy leaks for you today. If you don't want to hear about leaks, if you don't want to hear about spoilers, then this isn't the video for you. Star Citizen Leaks put out what they said was an internal CIG email sent out by Erin Roberts under the subject heading 3.20 and beyond. So let's delve into the excerpt of that email that was shared and other leaks about a new ship potentially coming to CitizenCon with Alpha 3.20.1. So, this Erin Roberts leaked email, please be aware that it's an unconfirmed leak, take with a big pile of salt. It says, "Hi everyone, StarField's release has given us all a massive opportunity. From early gameplay reports, what it has shown is how much more advanced and sophisticated our tech is above and beyond. We do it all in multiplayer too, and how only Star Citizen can and will give players the opportunity to live and breathe in a huge open world universe. No loading."
Am I actually agreeing with Erin? Like, this is one of the very first times in the history of the project where I think I've actually agreed with what Erin has to say here.
Screens, no boundaries, limitless exploration, live the dream. Because of our tech drive last year with persistence and the issues we've had to deal with through the 3.18 and 3.19 patches, 3.20 is our first real opportunity to really reignite our community's engagement, as well as hopefully start to bring players in who had high expectations of StarField. But it doesn't stop at 3.20 for this year. We've got the huge opportunity to continually improve our experience through our 3.20.1 patch for CitizenCon, our 3.20.2 patch for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, ending with our 3.21 patch for the end of the year. Let's remind our community why they invested their time and money in Star Citizen. Let's build their excitement up again as we go into our first CitizenCon in 4 years. This is an opportunity we cannot miss. Let's start with saying that if that email is legit, I am totally on board with what Erin said. That is the correct take from StarField.
That's all that is a cheerleading business email inside to get everybody hyped up and get going. He's hyping up his employees. He's hyping up the Cloud Imperium tree. What's up? Glad to have you here, Nordy. Good to see you. Welcome to the fam. I mean, this is like, you know, StarField. I've seen the graphics. I've seen what's going on. The engine's dated. We all knew it was dated, man. Like I'm seeing all this content about StarField. Dudes, if you've been watching here for nearly half a year, I've been saying this about StarField before it even came out from what I've seen. The engine's absolutely dated. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. You know, it's okay for what it does. It's an RPG, for God's sake. It's a Bethesda title. What else did you expect? You know? It's not Star Citizen. It's nowhere close to Star Citizen in terms of the value that you're going to get out of Star Citizen compared to StarField. I mean, come on. And then do you hear Bethesda is cracking down on the modding community already? Some of the news that I've heard coming out against the modders of StarField, it's ridiculous because modders support the title. Modders bring more people in, more interest in. Bethesda coming down hard on modders. It's ridiculous.
That's the correct thing to do. Get more players involved and remind players why they have backed Star Citizen for so long. Make the best Star Citizen they can. Do some awesome stuff in the meantime. I think that it's totally the right take from StarField as well. It is, in my opinion, a gateway game to Star Citizen. Star Citizen's development cycle, however, is slow, and those players coming over will be wowed by Star Citizen's tech, visuals, scope, and seamlessness. That's a lot of the stuff, and ship combat, loads of stuff that StarField doesn't necessarily do great, but not so much by its slow development time.
Listen, I've got to, I hope nobody ever takes me the wrong way. I'm not bashing StarField whatsoever. There is a demographic for that. There is an audience for that. There are people having fun with it like you. I'm not particularly one of those people, but like, I'm not going to bash the people that are having fun with the title, for God's sake. I think what's important is personally to me, is the genre of science fiction. I love sci-fi gaming. I love anything sci-fi. I'm all about space. I'm a big space nerd. I love Star Trek, Star Wars, The Expanse, you name it, BSG, Like, come on, Adama, give me a break, man. You've been Adama. Oh, you've been Adama. Like, come on, get out of here. Get out of here.
For state, in my opinion. Well, some will. Some are going to still get on totally bored with it. Star Citizen lacks the ability to go mainstream, in my opinion, though, without Squadron 42 being released.
I've heard it within the modding community, DY. It's not public, I don't think yet, but I've heard the modders in StarField right now are having some issues. CitizenCon and the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo this year are likely going to be massive, partly because of StarField and lots of hungry players just
looking
talking
for
directly
ship
to people
combat,
that do
exploration, seamlessness, and multiplayer. That said, I do think the modding scene for StarField is going to be absolutely awesome. There was also a couple of other things that Star Citizen Leaks gleaned. Alpha 4.0 by the end of the year apparently is no longer happening. It was the plan for at least some of the year, but has apparently slipped. If that is the case, then I'm hoping that we have 4.0 early 2024. So we've been rebounding from 4.0 by the end of the year, 3.21 by the end of the year, and there's just been rumors and leaks and that sort of stuff. It does look much more likely that it's 3.21 now, based on leaks and what Cloud Imperium have said in the latest sort of roadmap. Cloud Imperium are definitely making progress with the game, but that massive milestone of 4.0 keeps on getting the goalposts moved back. Persistent Entity Streaming in 3.18 did put Cloud Imperium on the back foot, but the latest 3.20 patch does look really very good from a playability and performance point of view. Really nice refined patch, getting a lot of their ducks and cards in a row, or however you say it. Yeah, it's looking good for that. But we are all ready for 4.0 and have been for some time, so soon please CIG. At the end of the day though, it's ready when it's ready.
Look at this,
they did go on to say that there is potentially a Zeus M2 Mark II that's going to be straight to flyable for CitizenCon and out for 3.20.1. So it may also get variants this ship as well. So what is the Zeus? What is a Zeus Mark II? So the Zeus in this context is a real...
By the way, this was the first space shuttle in the humans in the lore of Star Citizen, I believe, to get us out into quantum. I could be wrong about that. It's been a while since I studied the lore of Star Citizen, but the Zeus was one of the very first ships that went out farther than it could go, or farther than any other ship, and then got lost. If I remember correctly, didn't the pilots of the Zeus get lost somewhere mid-space? And then I don't know if they were ever found. But I believe that there's some like a message out there. You can, if you're interested in this and you're still watching on YouTube, or if you're watching here live, I have an excellent lore video that I spent, days upon days researching back, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, which is still rather current. And it's a timeline from the very beginning. I think it starts at like 2100 and goes all the way to current date.
Really old ship in lore, and the Zeus was a short-range spacecraft developed by RSI and was the first ship equipped with a quantum drive to be offered to civilians on the commercial market. The Navy and the 999th Squadron helped refine the Zeus. It had some hull integrity issues and things like that. This was a key ship in the early expansions for humanity beyond their home planet. So the Zeus exploration suit is also a spacesuit usable in-game now, and was inspired by the Zeus Mark I spacecraft and the suits they would have worn at the time. So what's the Zeus Mark II then? Well, it's going to be something that's basically a modernized version of the Zeus, I would expect, probably still keeping its shapeology and its sort of original looks to some extent. So it looks like a NASA space shuttle, right? When I think of what a space shuttle would be nowadays, I think of what the Zeus looks like. I expect them to go, you know what? It's not an old ship anymore, though. We've modernized it because it's the Mark II. So it will probably be a reasonably good starter ship, probably multi-role, and probably a 1 to 2 seater. Don't know if there's going to go it's a single seater, if it's 2 seater. We don't know much about it beyond that, really. I like the idea that Cloud Imperium are going to be looking at ships in lore. The old ships and making modernized versions of them. More ships equal more good in my brain. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. Feel free to vent in my comments section whether you agree with me or not.
We party on top of it and dance on it. Any other leaks we want to talk about? I saw a blurb for the Fury LX on Reddit as well. So Fury LX, that new racing variant of the Fury with no weapons but more thrusters and cool wings, featuring best-in-class maneuverability and fully integrated cutting-edge Cobra, you beast of a man, you coming in again. What a boss you are, bro. Thank you so much, Cobra. We just watched you on Clip of the Day, man. We were saying you need your own reality show, bro. What's up, Avast? Hey, Royal. Hey, Grummage. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining here. We're having some Star Citizen fun here at the after party tonight every Thursday. Appreciate all the love from Cobra and the gang over there. Thank you for joining us here tonight.
The next generation Fury LX racing ship from Mirai switches out the ship's offensive capabilities to make room for additional maneuvering thrusters, perfect for getting across the finishing line. So yeah, I'm excited for the Fury LX to an extent. I think
Thank you for that follow. Thank you, Slayer.
I think a lot of people will purchase it for a lifetime insurance token, basically, then they will then upgrade it to a ship that they really want. These sort of snubs and stuff, I'd say probably going game when we're
like bosses.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Thank you, Cobra boys and girls. We appreciate you. I like that Futz is putting in some of that lore while we're talking about it right now.
Will it be in game to purchase, not just for real money, in about 3 months? So that should be for the end of year patch. It will actually be available to purchase in game rather than just generally flyable. Other bits while we're here, there was a leak a while ago about Persistent Universe teams were all being moved off to Squadron 42, or there weren't so many people there. There's only like single digit teams with single developer disciplines doing the work of entire level design teams, and it was getting worse with Cloud Imperium only trying to get Pyro out until Squadron 42 is released. That
touch my Kuwatu hands. Thank you, Jilted. Appreciate those bits, man. That'll definitely go to my daughter Zoe, who needs a battery for her car. Thank you, Jilted. I appreciate you, man. I think the biggest thing tonight I'm still trying to get over is the fact that we're going to have our hangars pimped out and be able to start storing things in them and have essentially an HQ.
I'm warning you.
It's really awesome. Thank you for the Thank you, man. God bless you. That's going towards the Zoe Fund.
Next time, it's gonna be black.
Every time I see that alert, I want to watch some Kung Fu, man. Just gotta watch an old Kung Fu movie tonight later on. Thank you for that.
Has been outright denied by a load of my mates at CIG, and there doesn't appear to be any credibility to that one. Again, I think it was sort of part of the layoff leak and drama that was highly sensationalized and mostly false. And that,
dude, exactly. Board Gamer's on point on that one. When that came out, oh, so many people were just flaming it and trolling it and just pushing on it to monetize eyeballs, to get people to click so that they can monetize you. I cannot stand it. I think that's the lowest of the low. I think that everything on YouTube right now propagates and perpetuates this like crazy flame clickbait troll that's out there that tries to monetize people. It's so sickening. My feed, I don't even understand some of the things that come up on my feed are so clickbaity, ridiculously, to the point where it's unbelievable now. And like, to me, it's absolutely unbelievable what I'm seeing on my feed. It's ridiculous.
Layoff and leak drama, that was entirely debunked, and the dev that was involved with that actually has got a new job back at CIG. So yeah, I do want the take home there, partly being that with leaks, they might be entertaining, they might be interesting, they might even be accurate at the time, but they do change. They're sometimes wrong. Take them with a big pinch of salt, especially when they're not fully sourced. Boom! That's it for your leaks today, though. Do you think that...
All right, well, that was good from Board Gamer. I do have some interesting footage I want to break into here. Hold on. Pepe, what do we got? Oh, okay. We got Chris and Sandy. All right.